Hey, this is Dr. Linda Davis, and today I want to go through this PowerPoint for Test 2 so that you'll see how it all fits together. Let me go ahead and launch. We have two parts to the title graphic. We have the AT logo. By the way, AT stands for Appalachian Trail. And we also have the second text box here. And actually, it's a graphic that says hiking the AT, so don't try to recreate it by typing it. It's just a graphic also. And as we start this, obviously your title graphics only animate on slide 1. After that, you turn the animation off for the title graphics here. This is the first title graphic that should animate on slide 1, and this part of the title graphic should come in second. So let me launch the show. We have the background only showing. That graphic is called background. I expect you to put it in as a background. I'll take points off if you just lay it on top and pretend it's a background when really you've inserted it only as an image. So make sure you insert it as a true background. I'll click and you'll see how everything comes up on slide 1. Notice, like I said earlier, the AT logo comes up first. On mouse click, hiking the AT comes up next. That's going to be after previous. The motto here is going to be also after previous, as well as the presented by and your name at the bottom. Alright, moving into slide 2, and also don't forget to put in slide transition, which I believe is dissolve on this one. So the outline slide, what moves and what doesn't. The title graphic should not move on slide 2. Outline is new, so it should animate, and this picture comes in. You should have that color frame around it, and I'll go through the bulleted points, which should dim. Make sure your colors are good. It comes in kind of a gold color and dims to orange, a dark orange at that. Just make sure it kind of shows up. And I will go through these obviously on the mouse click, and it should dim to the darker orange color there. So I'm just clicking through these. One bullet per mouse click. Remember that. Also remember the order of when things come in. On slide 3, obviously title graphics do not animate, and then what should animate is the new stuff. What is the AT should animate? There's your image, and again, here's some more bulleted points with your dim color, and it's coming in one bullet per mouse click. You do not have to animate this. You do not have to narrate this PowerPoint. It's just a case of putting the PowerPoint together and having all the settings correct is how you'll be graded on this. On this next slide, this is our location slide. Where is the AT? That should animate, and then we have two maps that come in right after that. So this is after previous, that's after previous, and as well as the second map's after previous. And then I click to have a bullet point comes up that says begins in Georgia, Springer Mountain, and then this arrow pops up and goes from Springer Mountain from one map to the arrow pointing at North Georgia, where Springer Mountain is located. Now I'll click again. So this next bullet point's on click obviously ends in Maine at Baxter State Park. Then I have an arrow coming from where I stopped at on the Georgia State map, and that arrow draws all the way up to Maine where the trail ends. And these arrows should be both after previous. They come in right after each bullet point that they are tied to. The next slide, hike your own hike. Obviously that should be after previous. The image should be after previous with a nice frame around it. And then we go through the bulleted points again. Make sure your dim color is set, and they come in one bullet per mouse click for your bulleted points. The gear you'll need, that should come in after previous as well. This is going to be the special. Let me go back a little bit. On this one, this is the one you're going to do some work in GIMP with this. You will go in and find the picture, and you'll take this picture into GIMP. And what I want you to do is highlight the backpack and highlight the boots in GIMP before you bring it back into PowerPoint. So that's what makes a 295 PowerPoint test different from other previous classes you've had with PowerPoint, you've got a little bit of GIMP work to do on one of these slides. So this is the slide for that. So then you're going to have, let me go back and show you again, backpack comes up, the arrow comes up, and then the image comes up pointing at the backpack. And I do believe I have a more clear picture in the folder for this particular image. It's not clear on this PowerPoint, but it'll be, I think it should be clear in your images I gave to you for this. We have another image, same image, but this time the hiking boots are highlighted and the arrow points to that as well. Now notice I'm not dimming the bullet points on this one, because if you're doing stack or work like this where you're having different arrows pointing at different things, then I'm not expecting you to dim as well, because that gets a little convoluted. What I do expect though is that the arrows on this slide should go away after you finish talking about it. For instance, the backpack arrow went away, and then the new arrow came in pointing at the hiking boots. So that's what I want to happen on yours as well. The third image here, and also you're showing me you can stack images and alternate them with your bullet points here, is just a hammock picture. Nothing fancy going on there, no arrow on that one. Attitude you will need is after previous setting for the start, and then make sure your image comes up next. Again, that's after previous. And then obviously in the text and the handout, pay attention to what the animation settings are for each item. Bullets will be one animation setting, images will be white from top. Notice I'm dimming these bulleted points here as well. And here's our graph slide. You want your graph to spiral in. It should be after previous. You should have your linear trend line come in on the mouse click, and then the words linear trend line should be after previous. So pay attention to the animation effects for those items. And then for the forecast, we're looking for July. You're going to put an oval on July. That's going to be on mouse click. Then you'll have an arrow going up that's white from bottom, and that'll be after previous. And then the horizontal arrow will be white from right after previous as well. And then we finish this off with a text box that sums up what we're looking at here on the graph. So that should be on there as well in the right order. Order is important. This is the slide that has your video on it. I may have taken my video out, but I just tell you to find a short video about the AT. It'll load faster if it's a short video. And this is the first closing slide, which everything's after previous, except of course your title. Graphics are not moving. And we have a second closing slide. You didn't see it move. That's because I turned all the animation off. So you make a duplicate of the closing slide, and then you're going to remove all animation from that duplicate closing slide. Okay, so watch this obviously as many times as you need to get your PowerPoint just perfect for test 2. And good luck with that this weekend. Thank you for your time.